Finally, there was some agreement about council tax today. Holyrood spoke and in doing so said that there was an urgent need for changes to local taxation. It was all because of a Labour Party debate on local income tax, which was at times rather frosty. In the end, it was a Green Party amendment which carried the day. The amendment, submitted by Patrick Harvie, didn't pull any punches. It said that the existing system of local government taxation is discredited, bureaucratic and unpopular. It went on to call for an urgent need for substantial changes to the system of local taxation, and was passed by 65 votes to 61 with no abstentions, which amounts to only the second time that Holyrood has stated this position in the current Parliament. But don't expect an end to the council tax system anytime soon. Effectively, the amendment more or less calls for only further discussions on what should replace the council tax. But as we've seen in the last few months, there doesn't seem to be any clear idea about what that should be. Well, let's go back to Green MSP Patrick Harvie. Now, we know the Parliament wants change, but we don't know what change the Parliament wants. We're not really much further forward, are we?
I think we're further forward than we would have been if the Labour motion had passed unamended. The Labour motion would effectively have left us with the same impasse, a Parliament that's almost precisely evenly divided between those who support an income-based alternative and those who supported up till now the status quo. My motion makes it clear that the status quo is unacceptable, and it also lays out criteria against which we should judge any proposal. Fairness, local accountability, reduction of tax avoidance, and that's important as well, and also social, economic and environmental criteria.
Why is that important, the tax avoidance? Why do you say that's so important?
Well, because one of the major criticisms that I have of the local income tax proposal, and others share this, is that it would leave some people at the very wealthiest end of society paying nothing, and it would give greater incentives to more people to end up in that situation. I think it's important that we ensure that a truly fair system means that that kind of situation not only doesn't exist, but isn't increased, and that the current SNP proposals do risk that.
But you've got 5 parties, each seem to have a different idea, and because you can't agree on what form of, you know what you don't want, because you can't agree on the form of taxation you do want, you're going to get left with a council tax, aren't you?
I don't think so. We've made it clear.
Well, how's it going to move forward?
Well, what's wrong in the way you've summed that up there is you said that there are 5 parties, each with a different idea. The problem is that the Labour Party in particular and the Conservative Party have not said what their idea is. They've talked about little tweaks at the edges, but nothing substantial in the way of reform. Today's decision makes it clear that those of us, myself and others, who support a property element but a fairer one, have to come forward with constructive and positive proposals rather than just naysaying what the SNP and the Liberal Democrats have to say. There are criticisms there, but we have to have something more positive.
So who would you go in with? I mean, land value taxation is your idea. Whose ideas are closest to yours? Because that's probably not going to you're not going to win the day with your number in Parliament.
Well, land value tax is, I think, a positive proposal. It's one that does satisfy the criteria which now the majority of Parliament has signed up to. And it's basically a fairer version of a property-related tax. So if those who support a property-related tax want to talk to us about how to build those ideas in, they can. But if the other side want to talk to us about that, that's possible as well. Land value tax is a positive proposal. If others have positive proposals, they should start making them. We can't wait another 3 years till the next parliamentary election before we resolve this one.
Patrick Harvie, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.